common that I get questions from people who are looking for coaching or just want some advice. And they have this idea that manifesting is about changing something outside yourself. And I understand where they're getting this from. It's because there's a lot of information online that's very misleading. Actually, most of it at this point is probably misleading. It's giving you the idea that you're enacting some law, that you're putting some law into motion to manipulate and change your environment or the people around you. And the truth is that it's the opposite. It's an internal job. The way you change your circumstances is by turning within. You cannot wave a wand over somebody else and change them. The wand that you're using is within yourself, and you're changing your self-concept. You're changing the way you see yourself, the way you feel about yourself, and the way you feel about others, and then the reflection shows up. So just remember that everyone is a mirror. Our circumstances are a mirror. So if you're going to be frowning and expecting to see a smile reflecting back at you, it's just not going to happen. There is no wand that does that. You have to change what you're putting out, and then the reflection that comes back to you will immediately shift. So just, you got to change this idea, especially on these forums with these manifesting a specific person. I don't have a problem with that. If you have a specific person in mind, you want to manifest a relationship with them, there's nothing wrong with that. But the desperation that most of these people are going about it by, and number one, the desperation, number two, the desperation is a big thing, but the other big thing is thinking that you're waving a wand and manipulating somebody else to want to be with you. That is not the way it works. It's not the way it works. You're going to change yourself, and you're going to change the way you feel about relationships. You're going to change the way you're practicing in your mind how you feel about relationships. If you're always practicing that people are rejecting you, then you're always going to be rejected. That's just the way it is. So if you think you're going to change someone outside of you or a circumstance that you're experiencing in physical reality, and it's not about you, and it's not about what you're projecting, it's not about what's coming from within, it's misleading. And I see why that's appealing. I see why people would be drawn to that, and that's the thing. I'm not interested in millions and millions of views. By the way, yes, that was here that you guys saw Serge Tankian. Who knows, maybe it'll happen again. But yeah, I'm not going for the millions of views, the millions of followers. That's not my intent. Just like Lyndall said, Neville's student, who I was really fortunate to have spoken with him before he passed, and he said, I don't want followers. He said, I want teachers. And I'm so honored and grateful that he saw me as a qualified teacher to teach these things. And that's just that's because the meat of it, most people are not going to be willing to dig deep. They're not going to be willing to change themselves in order to change their external circumstances. They just want a quick fix. They want a wand that's going to change everything on the outside. They want a wand that's going to change the way a person is treating them, but they don't want to change the root cause, which is what they're projecting, what they're being in the first place. They're believing about themselves and that person in order to get a different experience. Thanks, guys.